Hello, how is everybody tonight? I have got a new camera, so it's a little bit different, and I have this shelf that is totally gotta go. It's in the way. If it was about, I don't know, maybe a foot taller, it would be out of the way for all of my crap. But this is what I got for now because I wanted to try out this new camera and see if I like having I forget what it's called. And let's get rid of whatever is doing that because that's annoying as hell. The iTunes emoji thing will just start jumping. Does anybody ever have that? It's so annoying. But yeah, this closet is just not big enough. It's just not big enough at all. And so I'm considering moving it all about. How is everybody tonight? Hey, Life After Paranormal. Thanks for coming by. Audrey, hello. Miss you. Hoosier Cold Cases in the house. Thank you so much for last week. I know you know. I really, really appreciate that. Professor Pug. I don't know why 2 P's in a row just really fork me up. Cynthia and Taffy. Audra. Hi. Audra, I love reading your messages, and I have started working on a slideshow for Audra. So I wasn't able to get it completely finished because I wanted to kind of tell the story of it. So I hope you'll be patient with me. I have not forgotten. But I started making them into what are called thumbnails so that I can write on them and kind of explain, I need to talk to you about some of them because I'm assuming because of the picture on them, they were older, but they're so freaking cool. Show those and then explain them. And so I've got about 7 of the pictures that you sent me ready to go. But I want to do a little bit more with it because I really do. Audra does these rocks. I don't know if you've seen them. I get some, not hers in particular, but I would love to because everybody at work, at my work, I live in Indiana, and at my work, we have a little boy that paints rocks, and he will put different messages on them and he'll leave them around. Sometimes it's just a color. Sometimes it has a little something on the underside, hidden somewhere on it you have to find. And the thing is, with them is it's oh, there's a bright orange rock. That doesn't belong here. And so it makes you look. And what Audra does is she has figured out a way, and I need to know that way, of putting messages on there about Abby and Libby and Abby and Libby's case information and all of this great stuff. And I think it's awesome. There's so many people that I run into because I usually do have some true crime case on me, I'm wearing the shirt or whatever. And it just leads into conversations about Delphi because I do live here and it's very important to me. And what I've noticed is there's so many people that I hear, oh, that's been solved. Or when was that? They don't know. And so it's I think it's important that, and it's a great way. I've always wanted to do for Abby and Libby, the Delphi case, I've always wanted to do the Delphi killer video and audio at gas station pumps that have the TVs. I don't know how much it costs, but I think we got a great community that we could pay for that within the real crime that are true crimers community, and we could get that done. And it just feels like it needs to be something that is, we may be able to pay for one, but like we need to do some crowdsourcing and get companies that are big companies that are willing to pay for, and companies that are willing to do it for free, that kind of thing. But I think it would be so powerful. There's so many. And then I was thinking about Audra's rocks and wondering if it's at all possible if we put those in the Amish community, the German Baptist and Amish communities that are there close to Delphi. It makes you wonder, with some of the aspects of the crime. It's like, how in the world did this guy not realize they had a cell phone? Yeah, there's other reasons that he could have thought that he destroyed it, blah, blah, blah. Like, I get all that. But what if it's just that he's not used to kids and cell phones? Because we do not have like confirmation that it is actually linked with Keegan Kline, Tony Kline, Anthony Schatz. Is it likely? I mean, I don't even know if you can say that. They haven't, if you listen to their words, they're very tricky with their words. So, I don't know. I'm going to look at the chat now. So I'm going to be looking down. On the little towns, but like truck stops. I don't know if there's any truck stops that would be close by that would have them, or usually the bigger gas stations like BP's. I know there's one. I think it's at the exit, like right before Delphi, like the exit off of 65 right before Delphi that has them. Let's say hi to some more people. Hi, Kristen. Thanks for coming. MJ, hello. Yeah, it is, isn't it, MJ? Hey, Chaotic. Hey, Bart. Yes, like if you haven't seen it yet, go check out Kristen Behind the Crime Doors episode with I want to call him Perry Mason. It's Perry Freeman. I could listen to his voice and stare at him. I know I've got like an old man crush, but he is just a very soothing, very smart, with just like a really cool, like he would be a better Joe Lutinda, in my opinion. Joe Kenda, not Lutinda. Thinking of like lieutenant. But hi, Christy. How are you? True Crime Maria, thanks for coming. Hi, Mel. I've watched for a while, just usually don't chat. Your voice is so calming and reassuring. Aw, well, thanks for commenting. I appreciate it. And always feel free to jump in. Well, I was just kind of letting everybody get in here before we start this Greeno case file. This is, guess what? We are at the end. Well, what happens is the case was converted. So it's still not finished, even though we've been going from 2005 until 2010. Like we still have a lot, like so it's Carroll County. That's where his original charge is. It has one cause number. And then what happens is it gets to 2010, and then it is converted over because he is transferred to the Tippecanoe County Community Corrections. Like they have a work release program, and he's transferred there. What it appears as of right now, where I am in the case file, it goes over to Tippy, because the cause number can be found in Tippy after 2010. So he never really finished it, but he just keeps revoking probation. Probation keeps getting revoked. Hey, Sharon. Hey, Tech Death. I want you to email me about music. I've been hearing such good things. I had put a message on one of your videos with my email, but I'm assuming you didn't see it, maybe. It's coldtruthpodcast at gmail.com. Hey, Daisy. Yes, Copfax. He is awesome. It was really cool that you got to do that. I miss anybody coming in. Hi, Tina. And Hope Diamond. Hello. Cynthia Moon is in the house. Foxy Lady and Amy. Hello. Rocket J. Good to see you here. If you guys are still here, I know I was kind of late. It's just like, it feels like sometimes if I get myself on like any kind of a schedule, or I want to be like quick, that's when I can't just like go and just like be, and just like be. I love that song, and I really need to just be as I am in this week. And it's been difficult. It has been difficult. Hey, Brittany. But I've just decided that, you know what, like this case file, I am not a fast worker. I have OCD. So, like it is what it is. And I'm not going to stress myself out with getting it out. Like, I have 2 jobs. I have a life. I have a family. And then like the YouTube is it's a full-time job. Like, I don't know how people do it. I really don't. I was able to cut back some hours, but we'll see about that, because I don't know. I thought that the whole monetization thing, like all of my videos are limited. Like none of them, I guess because I cuss a lot, I will not say the proper words. A child rapist. I won't not say that. I won't not say sexual assault and different words like that our channel to like limited. I'm not gonna dumb it down, but it's just been, it was just kind of like, oh wow. You don't really realize how I just don't know. I didn't know. I didn't know how it worked. I think I'm supposed to have memberships now, and I would love that for memberships. And I do plan on like just doing lives where we just like bullshit, like true crime bullshit, just shoot the shit. If you guys have questions, if you want to see something that I normally wouldn't share publicly, or talk about something I normally wouldn't share publicly, like I'm a pretty open person, and I try to like rein it in because this is public, but I think that's so fun. I just became it's Patreon though, of Unmasked, and oh my God, like that's kind of what I envision, because They just have a panel of guests, like just different people jump on the screen, and they just like they talk about cases and things like that, but it's in just like a really lighthearted and like fun way. And then some are educational and just like teach you how to work Nameless, teach you how to do whatever. That's the kind of thing that I imagine. Aw. Thank you. Oh, Roblox FX. Well, I'm on a 9-minute block. I am Mrs. Smule. I'm trying to log in. I have no clue what that means, but thank you for the super chat. That was very sweet of you. Speaking of I don't even know how to say it, Roblox. I have never in my life seen something so disgusting. I don't know about you guys, but making a Roblox gear, and those are geared towards children, of a brutal double homicide and showing what I don't even want to talk about it. It's just, it's so shameful. I can't even talk about it. But if you know what I'm talking about and you can share that with a friend that maybe in the chat that doesn't, please send it to him, not to watch. Don't watch that shit, but report it. It speechless is all I can say. Speechless. I don't want to get into it because I don't want to give them attention because it was just literally so disgusting. I'm going to try to adjust this. This is just really this stupid thing. Oh gosh. See, it's this shelf. It's in the way. Okay, well, guess I just gotta. I mean, that seems to be a little bit better. It's not so up there in the air, but we'll see. Oh, Professor Pug, thank you so much. Here's Samel and her fork and cold truth. She shares what we appreciate. I want to be a member. Oh, well, let me know because I don't know how to find the memberships on my own channel, but I did make everybody gets a star, whether you're at, I think it has a $9.99 or not $9.99. Well, no, I don't think it might be. So you start out as like a star and then you get to be a superstar. And then there is a VIP superstar show, if you probably can tell where I got the idea for that. And there's even a fork. You can use them in the chat. And then there's the Smule Star, of course. And I'm just trying to work on some other ones. Like I don't really know how to do it all yet. So just like have to bear with me. Hey, Faye. Hey, Faye. That kind of rhymes. How are ya? Oh, good. I know, yeah, like good. I'm super glad. Hey, Angel Bear and Chris. Hello. All right, so I guess I should get started, but I did want to say, like, I've had to drop the I don't know what I was thinking, and a friend even tried to be like, "Are you sure you're gonna be able to do that like every day? You know, write a post every day?" Yeah, no, like I would never get any content out. I would just be posting true crime, like real crime stories. it was just a bit unrealistic. And then, life happens. And there are things that we have to prioritize in our lives, and we have to take the time. And I'm sorry for all of the emails and the messages that I have not responded to. This weekend, my brother lost his dog, his best friend, and he was all of our dog, and like ours was for him. And this is rough. And then my daughter wrecked her car, totaled it earlier in the week. So it's just really forking sucked. Like, it just really forking sucked. So, but we're here tonight. It's pretty short. But we've got some more Greeno coming at you. Hey, Lipsha. Lips. Yeah, dog, and I say dog owners because they normally are the ones that, like, they truly understand that it's like losing your, like, if your your husband or wife, or like your mom or your dad. I mean, it is bad. It's bad. It's really hard. But then again, there's like dog lovers that will, take their dog to the pound at Christmas time so they can get a new puppy. And those are dog people. They're not dog people. But dog people that know that dogs are people understand what it's like. And it is brutal. He was the last of the Bumpus crew. That's what we called them, because they're all just like so big, and they just bumped it. I mean, it's from a show, but like, they were just the Bumpus crew. And my brother we got Doe first, and my brother is not a dog person. He just didn't know he was a dog person. And I was actually renting his house from him. He was living with his wife, but he was like, "You're not having a dog in my house." And my husband and I, we were like getting ready to move in together, but we weren't really there. We were going to wait till after the holidays. And so we had a dog. And so we had to move in early because he wasn't having that. And so about a week after we got him, here comes my brother. Can I take Doe? Can I take him to here? And then, like, he just kept coming back and picking him up. And it's like, dude, you got to get your own. And so he got his cane dog. And cane dog is the one that just passed. And it was really sudden. And I've been with him all week, as I should be and as I wanted to be. So I did get a lot of work done on this. Yeah. I won't do anything else but rescue. So I agree with you there, True Crime Maria. And that's awesome that you do that. Aw, thanks, Chris. That's a good way to put it. You do your priorities, then get back to me. Okay, I will. Yes, Lucy, dog person. My Ella was my best friend. Miss every day. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, Justice. It's rough. And he ended up getting two. He got Mav was the first one to go. He was the oldest. He was a rescue. And I'll tell you, like, dogs are just literally unbelievable, just there just are. You're a cow person? All right. All right. I've been procrastinating long enough. I'm going to get started with Greeno. Give me just 1 second. I forgot to pull up the little videos. Hold on. Thank you, Daisy. I just saw that. Thank you so much. That's very sweet of you. I appreciate it. I really, really do. Um, if there's any creators in here, they know how much time we spend. And if we can throw them a tip here and there, like I try to, and it's one of those things where I think for me and like my channel and my goals for a year, 6 months from now and a year from now, they're going to be evolving, and I do want to give back. And I think I've already said all of that, but yeah, it's something that's important to me. And it's also, just it's a lot of freaking work. It really is. Um, it may not look like it because, like tonight, like you're gonna see the slideshow, and like it's probably besides me trying to read his handwriting, a pretty quick finish up this 2005 file, but it took, well, today I spent from 10 o'clock until 9 o'clock with a lunch break. And then the other day I spent probably like 3 more hours on it. So it's like a lot of hours. And then when you do it, you're just like, really? Like that was like so, it's like nothing. And that's what I'm finding with these case files is like, if I want to do something that's like a lot, um, that takes up the like an hour of just that content, um, it it would take me, I don't even know how many hours, and I know I'm slow, but it's just that I can't be any other way, I'm not good at all of the grabbing this picture and putting it here and making videos and like all that stuff. And when it comes to details, I have to have them all as organized as I possibly can, and I have to know them as well. So it's just like a lot. Um, okay, here we go. And now I really won't be able to see anything. I wish I could like put the chat on the side so I could still see it. So I'll probably be kind of coming back. Mods, I don't want anything deleted unless someone is just like outright being ridiculous, but send me like we have a place where we can comment on this stream, and so just like comment there. But and I don't care about what people have to say to me. If they want to, like, I literally don't care. I can take bullies all day long. I don't want those comments deleted. Um if there's anything directed at another chat someone else in the chat that is ridiculous, obviously delete that. And if it is aimed towards a family of a victim or a victim, that's all I want you guys to have to do. Okay, here we go. There's my little thumbnail I made. I just love that there's toilets in the back. I mean, this really makes me happy whenever I see this thumbnail, and then just thought that was it's a really, really good picture of him and his wife beater. I have things to say about that, but I think I should probably refrain, but I don't know if I can. I'll just kind of highlight that area. I think that might be bigger than mine. Okay. My lips are doing it again. Gotta get to Chaotic Beauty's house. This is the state of Indiana, county of Carroll versus Renee Anthony Greeno. July 25th of 2005 is when this, and then again, this is just kind of the breakdown so that you guys know when you're searching through my case or Docs Pops or whatever, wherever, you kind of know what all of these they mean. So 08D 010507 FD 78, and that's a breakdown of what they are. His charges for this one were count 1, criminal confinement, count 3 through 4, battery resulting in bodily injury, because remember, it was against his then girlfriend and his mom and his, I believe it is his aunt, or his, what was the word? Like close to aunt, like, you know, how you can have an aunt, but they're not related, but they're still your aunt. Count 5, criminal mischief. And we left off with his third arrest warrant on February 11th of 2008. In this case, he does not have any court entries until 10 months later. And that is not because it's over in Tippy. It's because he went on the run from Tippy too. I assume this is due to his fleeing to South Carolina. So, on December 8th of 2009, there is an order in the case file of Defendant Greeno. You like what I did there with my little pictures. Appears in custody of the Carroll County Sheriff on a warrant in this matter. The defense advises that Greeno is not in a position to enter an admission to the pretrial revocation filed on June 14th of 2007 because it's related to matters pending in Tippecanoe County, which are still unresolved. Well, again, this is December 8th of 2009. So, court sets a hearing for counsel only. So that counsel only on January 14th of 2010 to determine the status of the case in Tippecanoe County. Greeno was taken back to the Tippy jail by the Carroll County Sheriff. Greeno is ordered held without bond. And it's signed by Judge Jeffrey Smith on December 21st, 2009. He files his infamous pro se motion to release hold, and we're going to try to read that. Motion to release hold comes now the defendant, Anthony Greeno. These are just hilarious. And by counsel, but this is the weird part, of course, you know, he's got to keep it weird. It's like by counsel, Patrick Manahan, and hereby moves this honorable court to release the hold placed on him on December 8th, 2007. But real quick, while we're on this by counsel, if you look at the bottom, it is signed by Anthony Greeno only. So he's like misrepresenting his own representation. Like, how ridiculous. The court placed a hold on my person at the time of release from the Tippecanoe County Jail. This person, him, was ordered to attend the Tippecanoe County Work Release Program on December 21st, 2009. I believe. Could be 10. No, 2009. By the Tippecanoe County Juvenile Magistrate and Court. The reason this person was ordered to attend work release program is due to the fact that I am in error of over $2,500 in child support fees. Shocker. This person is requesting like he's the forking person. What is wrong with him? Just say I am requesting. Like, why is that so? It's so weird. This person is requesting the court to temporarily release the hold it has placed on him. So here we go, switching again. So I can attend such program and open completion of said and upon completion of said program, the court place the hold back into effect. So there's that. The defendant prays the court grant said motion following this person to attend the work release program and pay ordered support. Signed by Anthony C. Greeno. He forgot the Renee. He really does not like to be called Renee. December 21st, 2009. February 1st of 2010 is our next pro se motion to modify or reconsider sentence. And I will go ahead and read another entry on February 1st of 2010, a pro se motion for jail time credit. He's just full of motions, you guys. This is a motion to modify and reconsider sentence. And I think I'm going to have to switch over so that I can zoom on these because they are hard to see. I might just go to... Motion to modify. You know what? Everybody able to see everything I'm doing? Okay. Hear me? Hey, Just Mike. Okay, so I do that every time, don't I? I'm so sorry. Hey, Sloopy. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to not laugh at this. It's just ridiculous. All right, I'm going to go back to it. that. Uh-oh. I would like that to go away. Motion to modify or reconsider sentence. Comes now the defendant, Anthony C. Greeno. I hereby move this something court to modify or reconsider the sentence imposed in this case. Grounds for the motion are bullet point number 1. After consulting a former judge in the Indiana Supreme Court, the defendant was informed that the sentence imposed is not lawful and therefore must be overturned. Bullet point 2. According to the Indiana judicial laws, multiple counts under one cause it says something about one cause written count can be consecutive or concurrent and not consecutive. So a concurrent, he's basically trying to tell them that how to do their jobs like they don't know, like he's just ridiculous. But concurrent means that they can't, a judge can do whatever he wants to with, like, I mean, pretty much, with, especially with sentencing, he doesn't even have to listen to a jury, like they can recommend, a prosecutor can recommend something to a judge, but the judge doesn't have to actually do that. So, but he's basically saying that they're not allowed, it's unlawful for them to do like a concurrent instead of consecutive. You'll see, like, you'll see what he's talking about here in a minute, I think. The defendant agreed to any plea agreement in which this sentence was imposed. The defendant served a portion of 1 year, a period of 1 year in jail, and according to the Indiana Supreme Court, that be the maximum penalty that is to be imposed in such case, where the highest charge is a Class A misdemeanor. Well, he was given 1 year and he was given 2 years probation, which is within the confines of the law, and he reoffended. So that the defendant represented himself. Maybe that was a mistake at the time of the sentencing and believes the court was aware of his ignorance to the law and took advantage of this person and imposed a unlawful sentence. You've got to be fucking kidding me. Like, there are choices that you make, and if you want to defend yourself and you don't know what you're doing, then that's on you. That's on you. Wherefore, the defendant prays that this court modify or reconsider the unlawful sentence and set a hearing regarding this motion and order, all caps, the sheriff of Carroll County to provide the body of his defendant to the court for said hearing. Respectfully, Anthony C. Greeno. Renee Anthony C. Greeno. And he's letting him know the copies have been sent to Superior Court, State Supreme Court. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh, they're so scared. They're so scared, buddy. They're so scared. Wow. Oh, geez. And then we have his jail time credit. Motion for jail time credit comes now, the defendant, and motions to the court to verify class 1 credit. Not going to be able to read it here. That's the thing, is like, I don't like it that I can't figure out how to zoom those. It's kind of makes it moot to put them in there if I can't zoom, you know? Motion for jail time credit. Release to credit class 1 for jail time served. Reason for this action are as follows. According to Indiana codes, a person detained in a correctional facility when is to be who is being held for something court is required to receive time served. The court is required to something and waive and for that time served. On July 6th of 2007, the defendant was arrested on a outstanding something warrant, I would assume warrant, issued by the Carroll County Superior Court in the city of Lafayetteville. Served of Arkansas. Whoa, Arkansas. All right. The defendant was detained and held by this court for a period of 6 weeks. A period of 6 something. 6 actual days before any extradited to Carroll County on petition, oh my gosh, to revoke probation, which still remains unsettled. On December 8th, 2009, this court, Supreme Court, 2009, the Carroll Superior Court authorized that defendant to be transported to the Tippecanoe County, Indiana, to something in the case that the petition to revoke is pending, and all that. Sorry, guys, I can't read this. The defendant was remanded into the something into the custody of the sheriff of Carroll County and ordered held without bond. On December 9th, 2009, the defendant was transported in Tippecanoe County and remains incarcerated at said location for an unknown period. Wherefore, the defendant requests the court to row this motion, allowing the defendant to receive Class 1 credit for jail. Towards the petition to revoke. What is he really wanting? And yeah, it's unreadable. It's illegible. I don't know if there's like a printer problem in Carroll County, like they were running low on print, but this is what I got. So, I've tried to enhance it. I tried contrast. I've messed with it. And this was literally the best I could get. And I could have wrote it out, but I didn't because I was hanging out with my family. So I'm not going to apologize. Respectfully, unrespectfully, Anthony Greeno. So on February 16th of 2010, there is a transport order. Carroll County Sheriff is directed to transport the defendant, Greeno, from the Tippecanoe County Jail to Carroll County courts on March 8th of 2010 and to return him. So those two orders were put in by the judge and it's signed by the judge, Jeffrey Smith. On March 5th of 2010, the defendant by counsel, Cameron Kaufman, files a motion to continue. Counsel will be out of town, so Cameron Kaufman will be out of town on this date. There is a status hearing is therefore rescheduled for March 19th of 2010. And then there is a new transport order filed. On March 19th of 2010, defendant Greeno appears in custody with his attorney, Patrick Manahan. Oh, how convenient. Patrick Manahan has been his, attorney. And then all of a sudden, like, there's this other person that's his attorney for this, like, short amount of time. So it's just, like, weird. The court finds a violation and sets for hearing on May 10th of 2010. Defendant Greeno is returned to the I just say Tippy County Jail because Tippecanoe is just too big of a word, by the Carroll County Sheriff. And then we have some of my pictures that I found. This is him missing, having that chipped tooth when he's claiming to be at the wheelchair basketball head coach. He did weasel his way into those like poor people's lives. And we're getting ready to read that. So on April 21st of 2010, the Greeno writes a letter to the judge. This letter is in reference to, can't do it. I got to make it bigger. This letter is in reference to the above motion, the above captioned cause. On June 14th of 2007, a petition for revocation of probation was filed against me. I have recently admitted the violations made against me on March 19th of 2010 in your court and am awaiting disposition. I am writing you to express my thoughts on my sentencing. I know that I've made mistakes in 2005 when I was originally sentenced and placed on probation, and also in 2007 when I violated it. I was 19 and 21 years old when all of that happened. Raising two children, since then really opened my eyes and forced me to grow up and out of my childish ways. over the past 3 years, my life has changed dramatically. I believe the court should know that since 2009, I have successfully managed my own jewelry business that I stole from someone else. I inserted that myself in Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. The name of the company is Greeno's Magnetic Jewelry and is currently open to date. He gives his email there, which just so happens to be okay. Since 2008, I have become an elected member of the Disabilities Board of Charleston County, South Carolina, and am the head coach of a professional wheelchair basketball team called North Charleston Hurricanes. And he gives a phone number. I have coached the team for 2 full seasons, leading them to be one of the top 10 teams in the United States. In 2009, I received a certificate of recognition from the Disability Resource Center in Charleston County, South Carolina, for my participation with disabled individuals throughout the Low Country. I have also made several monetary contributions, as well as volunteer work for many agencies throughout the Carolinas. I just can't. I also want to remind you of April 2006 when I was released from incarceration at the Carroll County Jail. I personally came to your office and thanked you for placing me in detention, because if it weren't for you sentencing me to jail, my behavior and lifestyle most likely would have resulted in death. I want you to know that I have taken the necessary steps needed to change my life. The penological objective has been attained. I do not believe probation would help rehabilitate me. I have established myself in South Carolina and wish to return upon my release from incarceration. If there is a cause that calls for me to serve any more jail time, I respectfully request that it be done on the Tippecanoe County Community Corrections Work Release Program so I can still be a supporting father to my 2 children. In accord with the aforesaid, I also request that if any probation is reinstated, that it be transferred to Charleston County, South Carolina. The reason I request this is because I have nowhere to reside in Indiana anymore and do not want to wash away, in quotes, for some reason, the strong foundation I have built in South Carolina with my family. My children need me there for them, sir. My children need me there for them, sir. Oh my God. Thank you, in quotes. Why? I have no clue. Thank you for your time and consideration, Mr. Smith. That's probably not going to get him any brownie points. Call him the judge, mister. In summary, I want you to know that I have dealt with any issues I may have had on my own and have moved forward a better, more productive life. Sincerely, Anthony Greeno the First. Wow. Let's just pause here for a second. I'm just going to come back and so I can see the chat and chat. Like, what? What is wrong with him? Like, like if you're going to write a letter to the judge, my first thought would be, how about we talk about what you have done to reconcile your actions again, like you did towards the victims of your cause, of your case. Like, why don't we why don't we spend some time on that instead of talking about your damn self, like, over and over and over again, like a typical freaking Greeno, to make it all about him and to try to sound like he actual lawyer, and just like he's actually given any monetary contributions. With his record, I'm sure that that's actually the opposite of that. Um, we'll clear up some of these rumors, and he's actually made some videos for us that kind of makes it easier, like he did the work for us. I was kind of blown away that, he forgot some little details that kind of give it away that he actually did not coach them to victory. So we'll get to that here in a second. Yeah, Foxy Lady. Oh, what a joke. They did not. You're right, Professor Pug. I do not know how Cat died. I would like to. I know he was there real quick, reporting about it. Had to go live before the family even knew. So that really sucks. That's a really sucky thing to do to people. Thank you, Chaotic. Hit the like. It helps. Yeah, Mike, you knew when the police scanner went to get him from his, I don't know what that part means, get him from his grannies. Who are you talking about? And he called to tell people about Kat's death the next day by 2:20. Same, girl, same. Me too. There better not be anybody in here talking about Jess, because I'll be pissed the fork off. Nobody better be talking bad about her. She isn't required to tell us the truth. She tried to, like, twice, like a long time ago, and people just shit all over her. And so, like, I don't blame her for not coming forward again. She doesn't owe us anything. It would be great. Trust me, it would be great, but she doesn't owe us anything. And, you know, yeah, that's the that makes me so mad. Like, Jess isn't crazy. And the new girlfriend that will be an old girlfriend sooner or later, like, she's gonna know that, because she's gonna be the crazy one that he's telling the next girlfriend that she's so crazy, she's so crazy. So just kind of think about that you're going to be the crazy one here pretty soon. Hey, Randy. Same. I am sure. I am so sure. Good Lord. All right, I'm going to get back to it. I am writing you to where did I leave off? I've already read that one. Those beauties. Okay, April 21st of 2010, we have another pro se motion for copies of documents. So we're going to read that. Comes now the defendant, Anthony Greeno. I don't know why he doesn't use Renee. And respectfully moves this honorable court to issue an order concerning the clerk of Carroll County, Indiana, to provide copies of the requested documents to the defendant without cost and at the earliest possible date. Documents requested are as follows. Motion for jail time credit. Now, I remember he motioned for that. Petition for writ of habeas corpus. He motioned for that. Filed on October 26th of 2000, and I believe that says 7. Probable cause affidavit and the something warrant issued on or about August 2007. Arrest warrant issued on February 18th of 2008. And any and all documents following the extinction from extradition from Arkansas. I have been unable to find that. If anybody has a bead in on the Arkansas like public court records, please help me try to find that. About on or about July of 2007. The timing of all of this is crazy. Like, how does he have time to commit this many crimes? Pre-sentence investigation report. He would like that as well. These are all starred. Chronological summary of filings and proceedings in complete form. Motion to reconsider sentence. So he wants a copy of all of these things that he's like, most of them, they're all what like he sent them. It's weird. Wherefore the defendant please praise this court's grants this motion and order the clerk of Carroll County, Indiana, to provide all request documents to the said Anthony Greeno at, and it gives an address. I believe that is the address for the Tippy jail. Respectfully, Anthony Greeno the first. Again, filed on the 21st day of April 2010. On May 10th, 2010, the dispositional hearing court orders defendant Greeno to serve 1 year of his previously suspended sentence at the Carroll County Jail. The defendant may serve the sentence through Tippecanoe Community Corrections at a manner to be determined by Tippecanoe County. Sentence shall run consecutive to the sentence that are going to be imposed in Tippecanoe County. So, again, Consecutive means that he has to serve the sentence that he was going to serve for case number, Tippecanoe County case number. And then after that, he then starts his serving the year for violating probation 2 times for his charges in Carroll County. Concurrent is what he was asking for earlier. He must have got wind of this. And that means that the sentences are served inside of each other, which is, a judge's call. A judge can do that, and they do it a lot, and I never understand it because, like, why? Why bother? Like, I would be ticked off by that if I was prosecutors. I'm just being honest, because it's just like they have to go to all the trouble to, like, prove their charges if it does go to a trial, and then, like, the judge is just like, "Oh, never mind, like, that's a moot point," unless they get into trouble and, like, and they hardly ever follow through with it. Like, why do they do that? Like, if you are charged with conspiracy to commit murder, like Ashley Garth, for instance, then you shouldn't be serving those sentences inside of each other. Like, what is the forking point? It ticks me off. Oh, got some more. So this is just about the end, you guys. August 10th of 2010, he's got another pro se motion to modify level of community corrections. I just love that CB that he's pretending to use there. This is a oldie but goodie. Oldie but goodie there. Motion to modify level of community corrections. He typed this one out, you guys. He typed it out. He got fancy. Comes now defendant Anthony Greeno. The first. Anthony Greeno the first. And hereby move this honorable court to modify the level of community corrections. Grounds for this motion are as follows. Defendant was sentenced on or about May 20th of 2010 to serve 1 year of the previously suspended sentence at the Carroll County Jail. The defendant was allowed to serve the sentence through the Tippecanoe Community Corrections at a manner to be determined by them. Sentence is to run consecutive to the sentence that was imposed in Tippecanoe County. The court determined probation as unsuccessfully completed. Number 2, the defendant was sentenced by the Tippecanoe Superior Court 5 to an executed term of 4 years in the Tippecanoe County Community Corrections at a level to be determined by them. The defendant was transferred to Tippecanoe County Community Corrections on June 10th of 2010 and placed on the level of work release. The defendant is currently employed at 2 jobs, to wit, Midwest Research Center, Fowler, Indiana, and Dollar General, Lafayette, Indiana. The defendant has received no disciplinary actions against him and has cooperated with all these. Sorry. It's August, like, of 2010. He's literally been there a couple months. I digress. The defendant has received no okay, I read that order through Tippecanoe County Court 3. The defendant is currently having difficulty supporting himself. The defendant is paying fees to community corrections at a weekly sum of $98 per week, plus $16 for each drug screen. Sorry, I'm gonna yawn. The defendant is also paying $80 per week in child support, plus an additional $200 a week for supervised visitation with his children. The defendant is also ordered to pay $25 a session for a batterers intervention program. The defendant only makes $8 per hour at Midwest Research Center and $7.25 per hour at Dollar General. The defendant pays an average of $394 per week in fees. I don't know. Somebody have to do the math on that for me. The defendant does not make enough money to support himself. The program is designed to help individuals transition into the community. However, it is impossible to save money to eat, buy necessary items associated with basic needs, and save for the housing upon release. Wherefore, defendant requests this honorable court to reduce his level of restrictiveness at community corrections to home detention. The reason for that is because the level's fees are based on income. Also, by living at home, the defendant can manage his own business and make a sufficient amount of money to pay for all fees and have money left over to furnish all of his basic necessities. Bullshit. Bullshit. Therefore, the defendant requests a hearing with the court as it at its earliest convenience. Prays the court take this matter under advisement until that time. Respectfully, Anthony Greeno the first. Does he not realize that like the first don't use the first? That's like the second's job. Oh my gosh. And that is the end of the case file. Now, again, it's not the end of this case. It is converted into the Tippecanoe County Court, like his charges and sentencing and case file over there. But as for this case file in Carroll County, it is at its completion and just kind of abruptly ends with this motion. And when we get into the next one, you'll see where like the clerk comes in and was like, I don't even know what he's talking about. The judge comes in, you know, so more things will get explained is basically what I'm telling you. And then I just had some quick things here that we'll get to here in a second. Hold on. I'm going to take my face off there so I don't interrupt these precious videos. Because I think I did leave myself on there. Oh, for fork's sake. Oh. Yeah, I would like to know that. I would like to know that. Hey, Otto. How are ya? Hope you're doing good. There was a question for me. Now I'm not going to be able to find it. Professor Pug, I think it was you that asked it. Re-ask it. I'm feedback. Yeah. I know, right? Poor thing. It was $9.99. Pretty sure. Pretty sure. All right, I'm going to get this set up. It's bad quality.
We play against other teams throughout the United States. We're currently ranked 12th in the nation.
That's great. That's great. The tournament, by the way, folks, is coming up this weekend. Tank Wallace, this is a wheelchair that participants use to play basketball. And it's a rather expensive wheelchair. Tell me about this as we look at it.
Yes, sir. We have to use a specialized wheelchair. It's got a fifth wheel in the back so that when we shoot, we don't flip over. And the wheels are angled so that we can turn real fast.
Right.
But the chair averages anywhere between $1,400 to $2,600. That's with the straps. So they're very expensive. And most of our guys are on fixed income. So our sponsors really help us out a lot. Without our sponsors, we wouldn't be able to participate and compete. So.
And you got a tournament coming up this weekend, and of course you want people to come out. Tell me about that.
Yes, sir. It's going to be held at the Northwoods Community Center, located off of 8348 Greeno Road, which is in North, close to the Super Kmart.
Right.
And the games are going to start at 8:15, but the Hurricanes play at 10. So make sure you.
Thank Wallace, thank you so much. Anthony Greeno, appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Here's the information you need to know. Please come out, help them if you can. It is wonderful to see these folks out playing basketball. Here's a number to call for more information, and don't forget the game is free. Stay with us much more right here on Live 5 News at Noon.
This one's hard. It's hard on the ears. Get back to me. Get back to me.
And it's a rather expensive bill.
The chair averages anywhere from $1,400 to $2,600.
We'll get to the truth here in a sec. This is really bad, but this is the one where he shows the proof of like 2009 head coach, and he's not even in the picture.
Let me offer you my 2 bits worth about this bunch right here.
It's so bad.
They took the long road. Toughness defines their season. Expectations? Well, when you're from a city, odds are they're pretty high. These guys were all but forgotten midway through the season. Just one way, the only way, and it was to win. And that's just what they did. But refused to believe the hype. Veterans who knew they had one more in them. Players who never, ever quit. In a city hungry for a title. That's what makes champions. These are the champions.
Oh my gosh. I tried to get to it in time. He's at least got better with his editing skills. Coach, Rob Duckworth. And then it lists the players.
Wheelchair Basketball Association.
And here is the one, and he is a he has like his own, I think it's would be considered like news articles, like a website. This Alex Jackson. And he covered all things in this community. I actually asked him a question. He hasn't responded yet, but hopefully he will.
I was trained by the old guys. When you get done with your work, just take the safety belt off and free climb down. When I took the safety belt off, it fell down by my gaff, got hooked on my gaff. I was trying to hold on to the pole like this and unhook it.
But we're just going to honor them because I think this is important.
T12 in my back.
These people were victims of him as well.
I spun my chest when I was 9 months old. I don't really remember much, but pretty much since then it's been really good. It's been great, actually.
I was injured in 1999 from multiple gunshot wounds. I was injured in a motorcycle accident back in September of '99. It left me a T6 on one side and a C3 on the other.
The game of wheelchair basketball.
Between a mixture of hockey, basketball, and football. Pretty rough. That's a lot of winning team.
It's just amazing to me. Oh gosh, that scares me. Like, is he okay?
In college, played softball, field hockey, volleyball. So when I got injured, I was really depressed, thinking that I wasn't going to be able to play sports anymore. And then Achieving Wheelchair Equality, Low Country Wheelchair Sports, Gilbert now, did that peer support for me.
It's great because, I mean, you really can't just get out and run, in a regular chair. But when you get on the court, you can break a sweat, get your adrenaline pumping, It's great.
It's been crazy. Everybody's been full of life, especially if you start winning, everybody starts coming alive and screaming and yelling. And
I'm so used to being around these guys. They're like just a bunch of brothers to me. So it's all good. It makes you more competitive because the guys, are so much stronger. So being a girl out there and still getting to play all the time against them, it makes you feel good.
Remembering John Friend, gone but not forgotten.
But John, me and him were kind of more like brothers once we hung out. We would give each other a hard time. But then again, we played, we fished together. Everything played golf together.
That scares me.
Was together. So it was a big loss for the whole team.
I mean, it's actually pushed me harder. It really has. I mean, I've always played hard, but after his death, it's pushed me to the very brink of what I really thought I could be.
He was big. He was big on developing me.
It's sad, but he wouldn't want us to give up. So I think that's what's making us keep going. We're going to Colorado to the Nationals, and his family lives there, and so they're all going to be there supporting us. And, so we're going to do it for John.
I mean, before we were just pushing for ourselves. Now we have somebody to push for that's up there looking after us. It makes it push harder play harder. And hopefully, we're going to get a championship out of this.
Well, I always try to remember the things that he showed me. He was kind of teaching me how to be a coach. This is my first year coaching, and he had a lot of experience. So I try to stick with his game plan. I feel like the way he wanted the team to go.
I'm trying to ride this one out for Coach Rob and Coach John.
Coach Rob and Coach John. I'm not going to read this whole thing again, but I suggest it is in the show notes. I suggest that everyone go and give this a read because there's a lot more than just the wheelchair basketball. And I played that whole video that I just played because that's the truth of the team. And he, per usual, likes to steal the spotlight and make it about him. You're a complete scum of the earth for taking advantage of anyone. And that he uses this as a way to relate to people, as a way to make himself look like he gives a fork, is beyond disgusting. Just another disgusting thing that he's done. Iraqi war vet, wheelchair basketball coach. And then I'm going to skip 2. So Greeno's ties to Charleston area extend back to at least 2009, when folks remember him visiting the region before his arrest in Indiana. He returned after leaving the Indiana Work Release Program and set to work with a friend who coached the North Charleston Hurricanes, a wheelchair basketball team. When Greeno's friend died in 2012, Hurricane player Rob Duckworth of Goose Creek said he stepped up as head coach and had Greeno as an assistant for about 6 months. Greeno, however, showed a volatile temper and gave tongue lashings to some of the players, Duckworth said. They finally let him go after the team's first game that year. So the first game of that year in North Carolina, where Greeno's tirade against the opposing team sparked complaints, he said. Greeno continued to post online, however, that he was the Hurricanes head coach. To meet him, he's straight up seems like a nice guy, clean cut, well spoken, Duckworth said. He seems like a nice guy, but he's not. I think that was all there. Yeah. Okay. So in the one that Greeno played is the one that we saw from Alex Jackson. Alex had kind of cut out the thank you for your support, but I wanted to highlight that this was in 2009. And if you look through all of these faces, there is no Greeno. You can see John Friend. You can see Tink. You can see some of the other players we heard talk. You can see a head coach here. But that is definitely not Greeno. That's not Greeno. So even in 2009, when he was claiming to be the head coach, he wasn't. And then when he went back in 2012, he still wasn't the head coach. Rob Duckworth took over when John Friend died or resigned. And you do see him there on the, and so like all the footage that he has is from 2012 and not 2009 as well. Like, and then yes, he was on the news, but again, they probably just didn't, if Tink didn't correct them, which you would be nervous and not want to do, then how would they know that he's not the head coach? You know, this is what he does. He's done this to multiple other places. But this is like a familiar picture that we've seen of him and other things that he's done closer in history. You know, like last year, we have a similar picture of him like this, not on a boat. He's not on a boat, but you know, just kind of weaseling his way around something to give himself, you know, something to do and something to grift off of. And I heard her bring up, you know, like, did they have any fundraisers? Like, I would love to know. And I hope that Alex Jackson gives me a shout out, or like not a shout out, but like he answers my question, and maybe we can even talk and kind of revisit this to clear up some of these things, because, you know, this was in 2009. There's not a lot about it. But yeah. So tried to tried to share, and then I ended up just disappearing. Now I'm like, since everything's all off, it's not really working out much in my favor, is it? And I left the comment on there. Were you guys able to see it? Hope so. Right. Who knows? Like, but that noise scared the crap out of me. No, he's not a vet. He's not anything of the such. Just like he's not a firefighter. He's not a jailer. He's not a anything corrections officer. He's not even a real bail bondsman agent. He's been nothing that's actually real. He is in the what we get to read in the court cases. Like, that's the real Greeno. That's the only like truth that we're getting to see. And I do have a summary that I will read really quick to sum up like this case. And I'm not meaning to share it. I was just going to read it. Okay, so here is the summary on case 1. Remember, like a long time ago, he had the 2 cases that were prior to the big one of, you know, battery. That was case number 3. But case number 1 was like, had something to do with like, I should have wrote it down, but I didn't. So I'm just going to read what he has so far, what I have in the summary. 2 charges, 1 guilty plea, 1 pro se motion, and he owes $150 to date on case number 1. On case number 2, he has 2 charges, 1 guilty plea, 2 failures to appears, 2 arrest warrants, 2 pro se motions, and 1 pro se court appearance. And he owes $156. On case number 3, he has 5 charges, 1 guilty plea, 3 no contact orders. I feel like I should be putting this to the Christmas song. 3 no contact orders, 9 pro se motions and or letters, 2 petitions to revoke, 2 arrest warrants, approximately 170 days behind bars, 2 years probation, 1 year probation suspended, served consecutive to the Tippecanoe County Court's sentence in Tippecanoe County. Case, and then the case is converted. So we will get to case number 4 when I can. Like I said, I have things going on in my life. It's going to be, I'll have I'll probably have some time to do research here pretty soon. But my daughter is having surgery in June, the beginning of June. And so we have, in order to get her ready for those, we have a lot of, she has she has 8 specialists, and we have to check in video or have to go to, we've already gone to 2. We have to go to appointments with all of them so that they can give her authorization and their protocol for her surgery. She had one knee done last summer, and it was horrible. She told me that the pain was so bad she doesn't really remember it, and I am beyond happy for that. However, I do, and I am not excited about this. I'm excited for her, though, to be able to have 2 knees that actually work and don't cause you pain every day of your life, is going to be amazing for her. But they are going to be replacing ligaments. They are going to be screwing a metal plate onto her tibia. No, tibia and fibula's in the back. Tibia from her tibia, and then they will be taking her free floating patella and obviously, replacing the ligaments for that. And then they will be screwing the patella back into place in the plate on her tibia, and straightening the bones, which means, I think that means they're breaking those bones, and then they have to clean out the scar tissue and her trochlear groove so that her knee, it's basically like a complete reconstruction of her knee. And it is going to be, he said that we can expect, what was the last one was 3 to 6 months of, getting like to where everything feels good. And she beat that time by 2.5 months. And I'm just phenomenal. Like it doesn't hurt her every day. And I think it's really kind of highlighted her other knee that she also injured in that car accident on Monday. But you know what? Like, she totaled her car. It could have been so much worse considering all of the things, a bleeding disorder and the heart things. And so, I'm just grateful to have her and that everything, worked. It just could have been so much worse. But she did get an injury from the underside of the car on right on the bad knee. Thank goodness it wasn't on the good knee, because of, like I said, she just had that surgery. So we're looking at a really rough recovery. He's saying that it's 4 months to 6 months, but that the first month or 2 are going to be really bad. So she'll be in the hospital for approximately 3 days because of the issue she has. So I'll be out of commission, and then pretty busy this coming month of May, dealing with all of that and getting ready. So just be patient with me. I'm doing the best I can. But some things are just definitely more important than Greeno. I think we can all agree on that. I do want to get it finished, but I'm telling you guys, it is the next case file stretches on for such a long time because they never end. He's never not in trouble. And so it just bleeds into the next and the next. And then that's not even including all the ones that are out of state, it's just ridiculous. And so it's going to take me a while. It'll probably take me the year that he's got incarcerated in order to get out. And then what I plan on doing is doing a summary of everything at the end. So once we get everything all kind of like finished up with from 2005 all the way until 2022, I will do probably a video and not a live, because I can concentrate more on those, even though they're just like, I don't know. I'm hoping that I can just put together a video of the basics, kind of the summary of like all of what he has been charged with, all that he was sentenced on, how many times, kind of what I just did with those other ones. Like it sounded like a song, like it's a Christmas song. What is the song? Now I'm forgetting it. It's like the 12 Days of Christmas. That's it. 12 Days of Christmas. Oh, so fun. Oh, thanks, Justice Angel. And and the thing is like I have a excellent mom and dad and my other daughter, and man, my daughter, she's a freaking rock star, you guys. Like there's just no other way to like put it. Like she's the toughest kid I know. So she's got this. I'd rather have it, like any parent out there that's worth a fork. I would rather have all the surgeries and to not have to watch her go through it and the pain of that. And it's just awful. So I appreciate everybody being here. And unless anybody has any questions or you want to kind of know about something, let me send them now. Otherwise, we're going to head on out. I appreciate everyone that's been here tonight. And thank you for your prayers and healing thoughts. You guys are awesome. Hey, Sarge, how are ya? No, I give a fork about others. Thank you, True Crime Maria. You don't have to keep doing that, but I do appreciate it. And I'm going to pay it forward once you get to your 1,000 for sure. But yeah, life, if I let it, like I could just sit in my room and not come out and just curl up and not go to my psychiatrist. I could just like be the victim of my life, and that would do so much damage to my children, and I'll tell you what, that little girl and my older one, like they don't make excuses for themselves. And I hope it has something to do with me. And I can't claim that it does all the way because I haven't always been as strong. Like I can admit that. And like it took a lot of work to get to a place of strength for me. And I did always try to parent my children to not make excuses for themselves. Oh, thank you, Irish. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you for shining a light on the truth, the cold truth. Life is just life. And if you let it, it will eat you from the inside out. It just will, and you have to be able to say, you know what, like, I can't, we have to try our best, and like, we may fail, we may fail over and over and over again on a daily basis. But at the end of that day, you have to say to yourself, like, oh, well, like somebody out there has it way worse. Somebody else has life way worse. And if we can't do that, then we just become victims. And that is not a happy life. That's not a happy life. And I learned that from my child, watching her, go into Riley, and it's a children's hospital here in Indiana. And every time we get in the elevator without fail, and it's just like, oh, why do I have to go? I don't want to go. I don't want to go. Like, why do I have to go to all these appointments? And then we'd get there, we'd get in the elevator, and there would be someone in that elevator that couldn't walk. Someone in that elevator, a child that couldn't walk, that couldn't talk. They couldn't even eat on their own, couldn't even breathe on their own. And a child that is so sick, they have to carry a bag with them for when they need to puke because they're going through chemo. And my daughter sees that. And then we go to her appointment. She sees more devastation. We leave. We go in that same elevator, and she sees more devastation. And then by the time we get to the parking lot, she is, well, Mom, at least I get to walk out of here today. And that's what life's about. It just makes me happy. Sorry, these are like happy tears of just that my child isn't a victim, like I did that right. I did that right. Yep. Like it is. It is. Yep. Chris, you have to be positive, and you have, and like, I think about it, because we've had to stay in the hospital at St. V, more so than Riley. I don't think she's stayed there, but a couple times, but we didn't even ever have to stay like a full 24. So at St. V, like they put us on a unit of children where it's basically these parents don't get to leave with their children. It's hospice. And I get to go home with my child. Yeah, there may be issues, but to any parent that has lost a child, I am so sorry. And I cannot imagine. And it gets overwhelming at the thought of that day. Yep. That's the one. I tell myself that every day. Mel, it's true. It really is, it's like, I know what I'm talking about but it could always be worse. And it really can. I mean, it can always be worse. And it's not to diminish my daughter's what she goes through or anything like that. It's just it always could. You could have a child that is no longer alive, and you have to like put things into their proper perspective in life. Otherwise, you just become a victim of your circumstance, and that woe is me, boo hoo hoo, and those are Greenos of the world. They're not the strong people of the world. They're the weak people of the world that are constantly have to have an excuse of why they cannot. And it's lame. And there are so many people out there that are going through real life shit, and they don't make excuses for it. It is what it is. And then you pull yourself up, you get your shit together, and like you get your stuff done. Now, you do, like I said earlier, I'm going to prioritize, and I am not going to take time away from my jobs that pay and my kids. And I'm not going to do that as much as anymore as I have been. And I have to put that first. And I feel like here lately, I haven't been as well. I still want to go live once a week. And, but just so you know, that's why it's going to take so long for me to get out all of this Greeno shit. Cause again, it's from 2005 till 2022. There's never a time where he was just like, didn't have some kind of court something, whether he was in jail or just hearings and all this jazz. Like, that's a lot of years. Hey, Gray, how are ya? Hey, Mom. I bet. I bet it did. I can't imagine. And I can't imagine losing my brother or sister. You know, watching my brother lose his best friend, like his dog's his best friend, just broke my heart. So I'm sorry for your loss. I know you, I know your mom is special to you. I've heard you talk about her, and she's been through a lot. And if she's your mom, I know she didn't use it as an excuse to not, you know. Thank you, Gray. Well, that's 52 shows a year. Not bad. That's right. That is not bad. You know, and that's the thing is I watch him all the time, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I just can't. I would love to get to a place where I could go and this be my full-time job, but I don't think that I can. I don't think that like I have to do something artistic. It's just in my blood. Like I had to draw today just because it's been such a sucky week that once I can like create something on a canvas, then I can like recenter myself. And so my job has a lot to do with that kind of work. And so like I like my job, you know, but I love this. I love this world I have since I was a little kid, you know, that little nerd at the library. I have loved what I do. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you're patient. Yeah, my mom kicked ass in the world. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I know that's what I don't know if I misspoke, but I know she did. I've heard you talk about her and like just the way that you were raised and you know, look at your life, look what you've been able to give back to the world. Like and that's the thing is it's such a when people get to give back and make a impact on the world, like that's literally what it's all about. Yes, we do that with our core people, the people that we raise, the people that we are with, our moms, our dads, our brothers, our sisters, and then to live a life that gives back to something greater than yourself and your insular world is just like, you know, that's an incredible goal and you're doing it. And so like, I'm sure your mom loves that. Yeah. So yeah, that's good. You know, not going to prison is a good thing. Cheers to all the moms. Yes, cheers to the moms out there. Oh no. No, I don't show my work very often. It's just for me. I was friends with Nancy Noel, and we had a lot in common actually. She's dyslexic as well. And she just taught me a lot about life, and she was really she was close with my daughter. Like they had some kind of a weird life connection of just awesomeness. But like for a lot of her career, she had to use the name N.A. Noel because it was better for her career to be kind of anonymous, to where people didn't know that she was actually a woman. She worked on the Mandela Project, and her art is internationally known, and she's since passed away not that long ago. But she said when she did portraits for such a long time, and then when she finally started doing her art for herself, that's when it really began to shine through. And she did, she's just cool as shit, like person. And yeah, so you can go check out her artwork, but I am nowhere near that talented. What type of drawings do you do? Today I did some charcoal, and I do pretty much like anything I can get my hands on. Oil, pastels, acrylic, watercolor. I don't know, just really anything. It's just something, whether it is creating on all different types of canvases, because there's just so many different canvases in this world. But like for me, I have to do something artistic, or just feel like my mental health would decline big time. But the type of drawings I tend to like, I like doing something very precise, like a building, but then around the building is like something that is just is abstract, or is like chaos, like it makes no sense. I like doing that kind of stuff, like random elements put together that just don't really make any sense unless you're inside of my head. Like, like I like symmetry, but I also like chaos. So just my paintings are just as oxymoronic as I am. That's all I can say. But ooh, I hear some thunder. My dog's gonna be freaking out soon. Oh, right back at you. Right back at you, girl. Subject matter, like, see, today's was a waterfall, a frozen waterfall. It's still a work in progress, but it's a frozen waterfall, and then underneath it is, I should have started with the underneath of it is a eyeball that is not really an eyeball. I'm not going to tell what it actually is because it's just kind of weird, but it looks like an eyeball. And then on top of that is the frozen water, and then just like a rock face on one side, and that's just jagged and dark and messy. And then on the other side, it's going to be, that's the part I haven't even started on, it's going to be a meadow, just a grassy, flowery, girly meadow. They don't go together at all, but we'll see how it turns out. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm a hairstylist, and so that's where that's my canvas. And I feel like I am really good at that, and like I can take a face shape and instantly know exactly, because I did do all that art school when I was young. And so the colors and all of that still applies to like what I do at my real job. And to me, it's like every person that I meet is a canvas. Sometimes I wish they could just like leave their head, like, because I should really get we should get like a honorary PhD in psychology. I'll tell you that. But yeah, I love just creating, and there's just not a lot of money in artwork. I've sold when I was younger, I sold a few, like I did because my parents were super religious and were at different churches. Like I would do, I think mostly watercolor, one chalk of the church buildings, like the buildings. And then they would display them like in the church. Like 2 of them were up. I know. Well, maybe only one. I don't know. I can't go to the other church. So thank goodness. But yeah, I just like to I've showed a few people some of my stuff, but not a lot. Some of it I throw away too, or I just turn it into something else. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm just like talking about myself. Unless anybody has any questions, I'm gonna. Yeah. I'd like to interview you sometime, Gray. There was a caller that called into your show, and he was kind of interviewing, and it was kind of like not really the like. It was like it was cool, but it was like there was other, like it was about a true crime case, and I think it'd just be cool to like interview you, not as like obviously we would talk about some of that stuff, but just to like all the things that you've talked about throughout all of the shows, just to like put it into one. I love interviewing people. There's actually quite a bit. There's like chaotic too. Like your life's been so interesting. I think it's just like would be cool to kind of like get to know the real crime creators that are good people, because we were just like talking about some of the bad ones like so much, but there's for every negative there's a positive in the world. And so like I think it would be cool to put them together. That would be. Yeah, just like, you've told so many stories about of just like the younger years, and like what I like to know what made people like who they are, like what made you you is what I always want to know about people. Like what made you who we know today or who we see today on YouTube. Like I think it would be super cool. Posing heads on a canvas with the true crime items in the background. Ugh. That's why I even love like the thumbnail art. So sometimes I'll just do stuff on there when I'm not feeling like getting, all of my stuff out and making a huge mess and dealing with the mess. Oh, he did? Oh. Well, this will just be like alive and all be out there. But I would send you the questions I want to ask. I think it's interesting the world is made up with so many people, and so many times on here, people don't get to know us, or they get to know like a version of us. And I think it's cool to have that, like, if people are willing and they don't, and it doesn't make them uncomfortable, like, cause that's definitely like I'm kind of an open book, if anyone can't really tell. I mean, I say that, but there's a lot that I don't talk about, as surprising as that is. You would really like that? Like in your house? I don't know. But like this one, my cold truth, like I designed that myself. Obviously, it's a picture of someone that I know, and then just like worked with the colors. But it's just such a different, like, making those kinds of things. And then the background is obviously not black and white. I did that. And it's a picture that my sister took of like, that's not just like something I grabbed off of the internet, but I think it turned out pretty cool. It was better than Greeno's. It's so crazy. Look how far we've come. He probably hates the fact that he helped me learn how to use that software. I love it. I know. I need to put something on this freaking white wall over here. I have that frame, and then the defamation, like, threat thing, it just looks so plain. Like, I put it in there and it was like, ugh. It's just like so not me. It's just words. Like, so I thought about just scratching that. I know I have to put it up at some point though, because I've said I was going to as soon as I got it for like a year straight now. Yeah, life is surreptitious for sure. Nice word. Should do it with Bloke, HCC, True Crime Recliner. Oh my gosh. True Crime Recliner. Can you even imagine like the rabbit trails that we would both go on? Ooh, but he can't yell. He can't yell. He would have to do soft voice or mic down. Yeah, HCC, like, when he interviewed me and Haley Kelly last week, it was just like, like, he's a really good interviewer. I wonder how he would feel as an interviewee, though. You will donate a green screen? I actually I bought a shower curtain and they sent me the wrong one, but I don't know. I've always wanted to go to Iceland and sit in a hot springs and watch an aurora borealis, which I can't say the word, but that's the shower curtain that I got because I thought maybe the depth of it would make this closet feel a little bit bigger. But I was supposed to be an ice cave. It was really cool, but they didn't send me the one that I asked for, so I have but it's beautiful. So, but it has to be ironed. So hopefully like that will make me not feel so claustrophobic because it has depth to it. And then if I do decide to like whip this room around the other way, because it's a pretty big closet, I just have it facing like this desk is just so big that I don't really need it. If I could just get a smaller desk and then have a little bit more room, that would be cool. Yeah, the Northern Lights. Yeah, aurora borealis. So that's what it is, but I have to iron it. So who knows how long that's going to take me if I don't iron. It's such a waste. Ugh. Cleaner. I hate ironing. All right, guys. I've rambled on enough. 2 hours and 15 minutes. So I appreciate everybody that donated and that did that and like gave me some of your hard-earned money. That really does mean a lot, and I don't like take that lightly. And I do appreciate it a lot. And if you do like someone, please let me know, because I am not good at this, like, this stuff. I've tried. I have made myself a list of like learn how to make super chat like stickers, learn how the super chats work, just tons of stuff. And I don't know how to do it. And so I've been trying though. I'm trying. And if I have members, if there's members on this channel, like if there's like a join button, can someone just let me know? Like, you don't have to join, just like let me know if it's a thing. Like if you can see it on my channel. I've missed some. Hold on. Oh wait. Aw. Thank you, friend. You're so sweet. Chaotic Beauty and Crime. That was very nice. Oh, I see. Okay, so yeah, I think I'm going to be getting the lesson in Streamlabs and how to use it, because it's free from what I hear. And then someone else sent me I don't know how to, Janet Drums sent me a super sticker. There it is. Aw. Thank you. That was very sweet. I like shadows too. Oh, thanks. Oh, cool. Yeah, that would be nice, because that is like, it's kind of nerve-wracking being off and like not being able to see. And I gotta get me a camera. I can't stand the angle. I don't want to be this close. So I downloaded like an app, Epcot cap or something. Epic, but it's spelled weird. That it's supposed to, the chat pop out on StreamYards. I don't even know. Or you mean Streamlabs? Because I don't even have that on. I don't think I have that on StreamYard. Because that's what I use, is StreamYard. And like, for as much as you pay for it, it's like, what am I paying for? I don't know what I'm paying for, really. No, he's not. Good night, girl. Thank you for being here, Kaleidoscope. But yeah, it's so it's like a webcam that you can set up on your phone. I've got to get my husband in here to take down this damn shelf, and then I can kind of set it to where I want. But if I had a webcam and not have to use my cell phone, then I can like look at the chat. But it's been like nerve-wracking not having, like, is Amy messaging me? Chaotic Beauty, is she messaging me telling me that I forgot to share everything that I was supposed to share? My name is on the screen. That's StreamYard. But Chrome has plugins, so you can do that in OBS Studio. Okay. So you have StreamYard, OBS and Chrome and Streamlabs all working at one time. Dude, that's impressive. That's impressive. Yeah, like I was like, oh man, is she messaging me and telling me that I don't have my shit together? All right, I'm really gonna go. Thank you guys all for being here tonight. I really appreciate it. Greeno is sandwiched in the middle of a lot of chit chat. Not gonna apologize for it. I needed it. Made my night. Made me feel better. Hopefully it brought some smiles to other people's faces, and if not, then oh, fork and well. All right, you guys have a good night.